What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as FuXi, the fooest of the G's. His name is BatuhaNN. This is the winners finals of the group stage. Oh no, we still got the other person to introduce in the top of the map. In the blue color, playing as Oranos, his name is Tigerboss. Oranos versus FuXi. We have seen this matchup already, but let's talk about where we're at. The finals of the group stage means what? It means that we're in the finals of the group stage. Anyways, onwards and upwards. We'll see how these games are going to go. We saw the FuXi versus Oranos matchup already, where Tigerboss made a very, very strong case for Oranos being able to actually deal with Chinese fairly easily, utilizing a very heavy Murmillo strategy, which, I mean, while it does deal with the standard kind of immortal halberdier ideas with scout cavalry, it doesn't really deal with China completely, so long as the Chinese player can react to the army composition of which the Oranos player is making. So we'll see if that's something that BatuhaNN is going to be able to work out here, and if Tigerboss is going to be able to kind of do a similar thing. Now, we do have to remember that the hunt situation here is kind of a little bit lacking. He does have this back hunt over here, which is completely fine, but he does only have one rhino. Both players only having one rhino actually does make it quite difficult to play for both players, as it seems like BatuhaNN still hasn't found his giraffe just yet, which most likely are going to be at the back of his base here as he's scouting around here. And there they are. He will spot them, which is going to be a nice little movement for his villagers to wander over here. So any crazy fast advance times for our FuXi player, BatuhaNN, are not going to be possible here. He's going to have to come down here and build another storage pit. Luckily, he's got to share his storage pit with the gold mine and the starting food, so completely fine. As the villagers wander in and start this one up. Onwards and upwards. Relic in this portion of the map here, we do see the Pandora's box, a reduction in myth units train time. Haven't found the next relic just yet, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Still no garden up for Tigerboss. No, not Tigerboss. No garden up for BatuhaNN just yet. I'm going to be waiting a little bit on that one. I do think that getting your garden up in the in the archaic age is a vital part of the FuXi game plan. The other thing that I think is a vital part of the FuXi game plan is, at all costs, do not eat your chickens or berries in the archaic age, because you want to get domestication to eat them much, much faster. But alas, he did not decide to move forward onto his zebra. Zebra over here, and he is going to be getting those chickens as we're seeing Prometheus come through for Tigerboss and BatuhaNN going through Huangdi. So no real surprises there. Very standard advance times here for both players considering the situation. The next question is where to next for BatuhaNN. It kind of looks to me that he's going to be looking for a fast second town center in this situation, which I think is a completely valid play for FuXi here. I think it's completely fine to go for that, because if you grab the town center, then you can just sit back, defend, go Mythic Age, live the dream, have a really strong army, and deal with what the Atlantean player is going to be doing. As the citizen start pushing in over here, taking out those citizen in the back. It's been a little bit annoying. Still don't do all too much damage, only 0.5 damage per second here, as the village is going to turn around and shank. Now, you do have to remember that this is meta play's balance patch, so this scout cavalry no longer gets its 30% bonus damage versus villagers. However, it gets a pretty sizable bonus against archers, so it's very, very good against the Terma, for example. As we do see the domestication god power getting thrown down, stables coming up, War Academy coming up as well. And with that garden coming down, he will be able to start thinking about getting himself the extra domestication as it comes through. But it does look like not a second town center coming through for BatuhaNN. In the end, he is going to be going for Scout, Cavalry, and Halberdier. Whereas we see Tigerboss here just going for a standard build here. He's getting himself very, very early medium infantry as the village is going to move out onto these elephants. So we'll see if Tigerboss is going to be able to sneak that or if he's going to have to defend that. It's going to be the big question because at this point, I'm not sure. Well, I'm fairly sure BatuhaNN has spotted his own elephant, but I'm not sure he will have spotted his opponent's elephant with how low line of sight those units are here. As we see the call to arms god power getting dropped here as those terracotta soldiers pop out. Losing a terracotta soldier might have actually been part of the plan here, but BatuhaNN can now get himself domestication and get everything else that he needs here. He's got a lot of wood in the bank, as mostly we're seeing a large amount of those infantry units coming through. As Tigerboss does have to retreat, he will be losing the Terma here to those very, very strong Immortals. Now, unlike every other archer unit in the game, the Immortal does not miss the first arrows that it shoots. It's very, very strong. And the pressure has been mounted here as the villagers get pushed off the hunt. They only had like 94 food left, so not going to be too unhappy about that. Meanwhile, just happily eating an elephant. Just why not? I'm playing Oranos, and I get to eat elephant. Living the dream. So now BatuhaNN going to come through. We'll spot these villagers over here. Potentially could take those out nicely. So we'll see if that's going to be something that ends up happening here. As the citizen do retreat back through the tower. And we will be seeing a cheeky shockwave being dropped to keep his units alive here. 58 population for Tigerboss to 57 for BatuhaNN, as it does look like he's got his upgrades now, or at least are coming through. Take a quick look at the research, quick look at the production. He actually does. Oh, he doesn't have it. He doesn't. Right? Why play FuXi if you don't get bloody domestication? Why handicap yourself? It's like, come on. Domestication's so good. He doesn't have it, right? No, he's just got hunting dogs. He doesn't even. Come on, BatuhaNN. Get it together. Has to retreat back now. He does have a sizable army here. We'll see how he's going to go. It's 83 population, though, for Tigerboss, as he's starting to look like he's in a perfectly reasonable situation. As a little bit of lag coming, but it's going to be okay as the game's going to continue. Villagers still mining away at this gold mine with a very safe, close second gold mine right at the front here. As the units of BatuhaNN still trying to push in, and Tigerboss is kind of more than happy to be okay here. You can kind of use your... There's this really, really dirty trick you can do with the Immortals, which basically abuses the speed walking mechanism. If your opponent's got archers, you can separate your Immortals into another group here, and then move forward and try and snipe a Terma. And then when your opponent attempts to engage your units, you just grab the remainder of your army and speed walk them away, and you're completely fine here. As units moving in over here, going to be going after this one. We do see the BatuhaNN not really reacting fast enough there. Takes a little bit of damage, going to be continuing to walk away, as Tigerboss going to be happily getting a little bit of DPS onto this army, as he does indeed need to retreat. The upgrades not really in for BatuhaNN just yet. He's got himself medium halberdiers, but that's about it. 82 population to 106 makes things very, very difficult here for BatuhaNN, as he does decide to take a turnaround on this one. And Tigerboss, for some reason, deciding to retreat here. Not really sure of what he can do here in this situation. It looks like he does have his shockwave available to himself. So I'm surprised to see him not using that one just yet. As the fight ensuing here, as these Promethean are just going to town. The Immortals are focusing down the Terma nicely, but all those Scout Cavalry seemingly did get picked off here, as we do see the Terracotta Warrior dying, getting a little bit of damage done onto those units. When it dies, it gets a little bit of splash damage, but BatuhaNN drops down now to 45 of 115 population, and Tigerboss is at a significant advantage right now, as he's going to get pulled back, and a little bit of chatter coming in as BatuhaNN does decide to tap out there. Tigerboss too strong in this one, as yet again FuXi falling to the might that is Tigerboss. The question here is, what's the nerf to the Chinese? Too strong here, and would this matchup be any different if we were playing on the 2.8 patch? And would BatuhaNN struggle less in that patch or not? But in the end, the big question comes down, BatuhaNN, he needs to get his upgrades. He needs to get domestication. He needs to get husbandry. He's got all the advantages in the early game. So going for this outside hunt makes perfect sense in the early stages of the game. Then coming back onto his herdables makes perfect sense. Things like if his opponent is making tons of Murmillo, which was kind of what was going on here, you got to start making a little bit of Chocono, which we did see from BatuhaNN, but it doesn't really work. The alternative would be to just go straight to the heroic age and make Cataphract instead, but didn't see any of that anyways. A very, very good game here. Well played by Tigerboss. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.